Okay. So uh, today I just wanted to have a conversation with Naomi from Texas because I admire her work and how truly artist you are, Naomi. When you talk and you talk about art and showing how other people can do also. You said something very interesting the other day. Everyone is an artist, and I just would like to know how why you started, you like all this about art, how you started and why.
Right. I mean, honestly, it's just something that naturally I think I was drawn to. But then also just my mom and my family, like we were just always doing something creative. And so just from a very early age, I've just been fascinated with just creating something. And I don't know, I guess it's kind of a natural thing, something that I'm kind of drawn to, I guess. But just being able to be exposed to different types of crafts and different types of arts, and it just kind of led me down a rabbit hole of art and creativity.
And
Yeah.
is any like technique or because I know that it's in the painting, like it's different things, right? Like different
Right.
draws or styles. What is
Yeah.
the one that you enjoy more or you specialize?
The main kind of creative pursuit that I have is drawing. And so kind of the genre of art that I work in is photorealism. And so I use different mediums. And like you said, there's different techniques that you use for each of those. And so it's just kind of seeing the capabilities within each of those different mediums, because they have different feels, different energies about them. They can, you can show detail better with maybe a graphite pencil, but you can have really beautiful like colors and blending with like chalk pastels or charcoals. And so it's just kind of playing to the strengths of the different mediums, and because you can use them in so many different ways. And so I love exploring with all of that, and just but within the realm of photorealism is kind of my lane that I work in. But yeah.
And have you explore like with pets, like drawing?
Yes. I've always had like a bunch of pets in my home, and so naturally they were perfect subjects. Rather than like drawing myself over and over again, it seemed less weird to have a bunch of dogs on my wall than myself. But so that's kind of why I started drawing them. But I love all the details of like the fur and like the different textures. And so yeah, I do draw a lot of pets, a lot of animals in general. Briefly had like a pet portrait business, where I'd have some people commission me to, draw their pet for them. So yeah, I love to draw animals, dogs particularly, and cats.
Wow, that's interesting because there is a lot of pet lovers, a
Oh
lot.
yeah, yeah,
They,
it's huge, huge, huge segment of people. Yeah.
yes. So basically, your handmade product, which is art, you sell more like where you think you sell more in like
Um,
with those
I
clients or
I guess for me, and I guess the business side of art has always been a challenge. I've always had a desire and a dream to be able to like fully be able to spend like the majority of my time, like my work day, creating. But the business side of it hasn't really been a huge. I'm not naturally. I don't lean that way. I'm very introverted, and so I don't. That's not a something that comes naturally to me, unlike the art. And so it's in conversation, I guess, with people. They'll see my art, and that's kind of it starts organically. Really, it's not really any sort of big like business kind of tactics that I have. It's just really more word of mouth, and just kind of people that I meet and things like that. That's
yeah.
how it has been, at least. Yeah.
And I think it's a good point because I have been talking lately with many artists, and and now with this situation that we are experiencing around the world, uh, some of their struggle with some months, for example, it's being at home and they don't have the that time that they need to inspire to create more things, because sometimes it's difficult to understand artists. I have an artist at home, and in the beginning it was hard to understand. When my husband was talking about it's important to have a like rest in the middle of the day, just to take a nap, just to have their brain. He's a writer, and all those things sometimes we don't understand, and I think it's very important to express to our families um, that side of our artists, and also the struggles of selling their product, because there is a lot of artists that say, you know, I like to create, I love to create, I love to focus, but I don't like to sell, I don't want it's just like I'm struggling with that. I don't know who are my customers, I don't know where they find them, I just want to create, I just want to be my, like, do my artwork.
Right. Yeah, no, I completely relate to that. And I've met many people in many different like artisans and craftspeople that I've met do beautiful work, but yeah, they don't know how to share their work with a wider audience, to allow them to be able to, you know, again, maybe support themselves so that they have, you know, the bulk of their time to create. So yeah, that's a huge struggle, I think, with many artists. That definitely has been with my case. I think it's when you put that kind of business aspect on it, sometimes that can become like the frustrations of learning how to do that or stepping out of your comfort zone kind of drains some of your energy that I know for me, I'd rather be spending creating. And so it's kind of, it feels sometimes like a necessary evil, I guess, to have to try to learn the business side of it. But yet at the same time, I love art and creating so much that I'd like to be able to share it. So it's a weird balance. And yeah, I agree with having to take a break from it sometimes to just kind of recharge. And I think that comes with being an introvert too, that you have to kind of take a step back and kind of just power down for a little bit to be able to, because you're putting so much out there when you're creating. And then also when you're trying to, again, push yourself into more of like a business realm, that's an extra level of stress and just energy that you're outputting. So yeah, it's definitely a balance you have to try to work out.
Yes, and this is a beautiful connection between someone in the business, um, like me, that I love marketing, I love sales, and I am very involved in customer service, to learn the side of a creative mind and an artist. Because I remember one day my husband told me, you know what, today you have to disconnect. I have seen you work and work and work. You have to disconnect a little bit. Let's watch a movie that inspires us or something like that, or let's go for a walk. And that's very important for artists. So I like to learn also that side. And when I talk with an artist mom or a handmade mom that is creating pods or things like that, it's very interesting, because it's a combination, it's a great connection, where I can exchange, um, for example, if you know who is your customers, and you have clarity who you are going to sell, it's going to be more easy for me to understand how I'm going to help you. Because if you are confused, I won't be able to help you until you find clarity, so I know what kind of campaign we can do and what kind of pictures we can show, etc. But if you don't have clarity, we won't be able to move. And but also to learn from you guys, the artist mind. It's just beautiful. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I think that's really great that, again, that's something that you love. So you're already kind of naturally moving in kind of that business realm. And so, and then that clarity, like I might be able to get to a point of clarity, but I would definitely need someone like you to be able to, you know, ask me some pointed kind of questions to kind of lead me down that path towards the clarity. And so, yeah, that's definitely something that I feel like myself as an artist, and I feel like a lot of other artists probably really do need that, just someone to guide them, even just to put certain questions in front of them to help lead them towards the clarity so they can kind of figure it out and then form a strategy. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Oh, Naomi, thank you so much. I love to have this conversation with you. And thank you so much for your time, for sharing with us your how you love art and how we can find you. Like, do you have any website or Instagram that we can follow you? Because I'm pretty sure there is a lot of pet lovers or a lot of people that would like to see your work. And so tell us where we can find you.
Yes, I actually have a website. So it's conversationsincreating.com. And I have actually a drawing course that I've been working on. And it really focuses more on the creative process, not just the end result. Because that's really where the artistry comes in. It's in the process. And then also on Instagram at Naomi Ellen 55.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Naomi. Definitely many, many followers come to you now.
Well, thank you so much for having me on, Gabrielle.
Oh, you're welcome. See you soon, Naomi. Thank
Bye.
Bye bye.